take us back to what we're trying to achieve here with distributed ledger technology. So what we're trying to do there is decentralize a system, and really for a number of reasons. First is so that control isn't in the hands of one particular person or one entity, and the second thing is to make sure that it's more secure as well, because we've all encountered situations whereby a server can go down. We've got we had issues there with the banks. We've had issues with the banks for years whereby they won't admit to it, but the central server goes down, or let's say there's an IT problem in another part of the world and they can't resurrect it. And one of the reasons why it fails so catastrophically is because you just have this one point of failure. With DLT, blockchain and distributed ledger technology, what you're doing is you're spreading the risk amongst all these nodes that are all running their own copy, own version of the database. So anonymous is another property on there. It can be anonymous, but there are also other ways of dealing with it. I mean, a lot of the transactions, in fact, most of the transactions on the Bitcoin blockchain, you can identify the user. Particularly when it comes to the onboarding. I mean, I don't know who here has used Coinbase or Kraken, or anybody here? Yeah. Okay, so in other words, when you're onboarding, when you're purchasing your Bitcoin, your Ethereum, your Ripple, the bank will ask you to provide your details. So in other words, it's not as, let's say, anonymous as people like to think. I mean, in reality, there's probably far more anonymous transactions happening with the US dollar, particularly the 100 euro note, than there are with Bitcoin. Bitcoin's actually had an awful lot of bad press, maybe in the early days, but when it was using Silk Road and Tor Network, etc., etc. But the reality is it doesn't have to be anonymous. There are certain coins such as Zcash, such as Monero, that are anonymous and are actually quite secure as a result, but it doesn't have to be that way. Timestamp is another property, unanimous. So that means basically that everybody is agreeing on the version of the truth, and it's immutable. So you can go back and change it. Like, for example, like I mentioned about the tracker mortgages that some of us signed up to that were rolled back on by various financial institutions. So if you had a smart contract, you wouldn't be able to do that. Immutable, secure. So there is a certain degree of security associated with this. Bitcoin, by the way, has still not been hacked despite all these years, and has proved itself to be very robust.